Indonesia's president is in New Delhi for his first state visit to India. Prabowo Subianto had been invited as the chief guest to attend the Republic Day parade on Sunday. Mr. Prabowo to meet the Prime Minister and to cover bilateral, regional and global issues. Indonesia joining BRICS earlier this month. India, of course, a founding member in that organization, which many see as a grouping set up to counter established financial institutions. Jakarta is one of New Delhi's largest trading partners in ASEAN, with two-way trade hitting nearly $30 billion in 2023 to 2024. Saifulbahri Ismail joins us live from Jakarta. Saiful, the first state visit by Mr. Prabowo Subianto to India, how significant is it?
Well, Mr. Prabowo's visit to India is significant because India is widely regarded as an emergent power, and it's in Jakarta's interest to maintain close relations with New Delhi. Mr. Prabowo describes India as a friend and an important partner to Indonesia. India was one of the countries that strongly supported Indonesia's struggle for independence during the war until 1949. Now, India and Indonesia are expected to sign a number of memorandums of understanding on their countries' bilateral cooperation in health, education, culture and security and maritime safety. Now, a key agenda of Mr. Prabowo's visit is to enhance trade and investment ties between the two countries. Mr. Prabowo has brought with him a big group of Indonesian businessmen, about 100 of them. Indonesia will be interested to find out how Indian companies can play a part in its efforts to bolster energy and food security. Indonesia has an ambitious target to achieve self-sufficiency in food by this year or latest by 2026. Now, Indonesia has also recently embarked on its bold free nutritious meal program to feed more than 80 million children and other vulnerable groups, and is keen to learn from India's experience. Now, India introduced its midday meal scheme in 1995 and has been largely positive. But there are also challenges as India and Indonesia try to foster closer relations. Both India and Indonesia are dependent on Chinese investments. So China's significant economic presence in Indonesia and India can create challenges as both countries compete for more investments from China.
Saiful, the strategic partnership has become, I suppose, relatively more comprehensive, and that includes the security and defense component. Suggestions of a possible deal that could see Mr. Prabowo to supply BrahMos, India supplying BrahMos missile system that is produced with Russia to Indonesia. Is there any confirmation of this deal going ahead?
Well, not yet, Wei Su. Under Mr. Prabowo, Indonesia's foreign policy is expected to pivot towards military power and security partnerships. So another key agenda during Mr. Prabowo's visit to India is on defense cooperation. There are reports, like what you said, that India and Indonesia are currently in talks over a potential $350 million deal for India to export a Russian-backed supersonic cruise missiles to Indonesia. The missile system is called BrahMos, a combination of the names of the Brahmaputra and Moscow rivers. The missiles which Indonesia wants to acquire are a shore-based version of the mid-range BrahMos missiles and a version that can be mounted on warships. However, security experts said that any defense deals made over the weekend will just be symbolic because Indonesia may not have the budget now to make those acquisitions. Also, the missile system is a joint development with Russia, so India has to seek permission from Moscow before it can sell the system to Indonesia. Now, India is the world's biggest arms importer, but it has made a push in recent years to sell domestically produced weapons and military hardware abroad. In the case of Indonesia, is keen to modernize its weapon systems. Mr. Prabowo's administration has made defense modernization a priority with a focus on acquiring advanced technologies and strengthening the country's defense manufacturing capabilities. Now, Indonesia's plans to buy the Russian-backed missiles may be frowned upon by the US, but Indonesia will be quick to say that its defense modernization efforts are also driven by its commitment to maintaining a free and active foreign policy which emphasizes the country's independence and non-alignment.
Oh, thanks. Saifulbahri Ismail looking at a possible deal that could expand defence cooperation between India and Indonesia.